All right, Eli, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Do 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 do.
I can't remember the lyrics. I can't remember none of the lyrics of the song.
Here I am. I'm the man on your scene.
Is that in the song? I forgot. I don't know. Oh man. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Notes. You're your host, Leroy, aka You Owe Me $20 Netflix, with my co-host.
Oh yeah, this is Eli, aka Badassatron. And let me get into character. I forgot.
No, yeah, we can't. We get eliminated if we see your face.
Let me transform.
Yeah, and roll out. Okay,
and roll out.
Yeah, and we're back with the episode. We're gonna jump into it. And want to say, also give a shout out to our third co-host, the AI.
Yes,
who is the real Badassatron.
All hail the Doombots.
Yep, we're gonna go from that one, and we're gonna jump into it. And Eli, I want to start off talking about something that was pretty popular this week.
Oh yeah,
People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Okay.
Yeah, and guess who? Do you know who won? Well,
judging by the picture you sent me, it was Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office, exactly. So yeah, for those who don't know, John Krasinski won the Sexiest Man Alive in 2024. Also played Jim from The Office. Also was in Doctor Strange 2 as Mr. Fantastic. So yeah. My thing is, Eli, I hope that joke never dies.
Well, why is he? What did he do lately? Did he do something sexy this year? Because I haven't seen him. I feel like I haven't seen him in a while.
It's Sexiest Man Alive. So since he's alive, he's breathing.
But was it, like, how did he win this year? Like, what did he do? Did he do porn or something?
I don't know. Maybe he did.
What's the criteria? Like, how do they choose this? Because I feel like I haven't seen Jim from The Office since Doctor Strange, and that was like a couple years ago.
I'm pretty sure he was sexy in something. I didn't see.
I guess, yeah. Off my radar, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, this is the real picture of Jim Krasinski. Now, the reason, here's the thing, Eli. Like I said, he won it this year, but every time you go in the comment section of pictures, people kept posting that picture, or pictures of Randall Park, doing something. And people don't know who Randall Park is. Of course, he was Jimmy Woo in WandaVision. Now, the thing is, why he keeps popping every time somebody says comments, because obviously people don't get the joke, Eli. It's a long-running, decade-long joke, so I will break the joke down for anybody doing it, because when people saw the comment of Randall Park, Sexiest Man Alive, you got a lot of weird comments, people don't understand it. A lot of racist comments, people don't understand it. People like, I look better than him. Like, okay, let me explain the joke. For those who don't know what happened, it was a joke from The Office.
Because it's a lot funnier when you explain it.
I have to explain it because people don't understand the jokes. It was a gag on The Office. It was one of the cold opens they had where Jim had his friend sit in for him and work for him that day. Had his name tag on, had pictures of his wife and kids on the table, and everybody was in the joke except Dwight. Dwight was the only person that didn't catch the jokes. He was like, Jim, why are you Asian? He was like, good for you for not recognizing my race, So he kept doing this joke left and right, and nobody got, and that's where you get the joke. What did he say? Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. When he finally, did it. So that's where the joke came from. So pretty much anytime, like I think, Jim Krasinski was in a movie this year, not a sexy movie. That Imaginary Friends movie or some shit.
Oh, was he? Really? That was him? Okay, I haven't seen that.
But here's the thing. On the press release, Randall Park did the press junkets.
Was he in the movie?
No, he wasn't. So anytime they announced Jim Krasinski, he showed up. He was on like talk shows. Jim Krasinski, he showed up. So that's how deep this joke goes. They were just doing shit like that, Now I know a lot of people was mad about Jim. Like you said, you wanted somebody sexier than Jim Krasinski, Eli. I get it. I understand your concerns.
No, I don't mind. I mean, sure. Whatever. I don't. I just say I haven't seen him in a while. Like, why? Right. What did he do this year that was so sexy?
I don't. Whatever he did, it was sexy. I don't know what it was. I know some people wanted. Where's Colin Farrell? I get it. You want him in.
Oh there. Yeah, man. Where's the dad bod dude? Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get that this year. You know, you're not gonna get Kevin Feige as World Sexiest Man and shit like that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing, Eli, about the comments that people were making about Randall Park. Like, Randall Park, why he pick it? Or even John Krasinski, people like, why he pick it? I'm sexier than him. Like, no, you're not. Sorry. You're not.
No, man.
Okay. So these guys, I mean,
your bank account is 90% of how hot you are.
Eli just gave y'all game right now. Y'all just listen to Eli.
Yes, your bank account. Pete Davidson, if Pete Davidson didn't have money, nobody would be touching his dick. Just saying.
Jay-Z said it the best, Eli. There's no such thing as an ugly billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Who you got here? Ellen Garcia, hello, or Elian Garcia. Okay, yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Okay, and no, did he? Oh, yeah. We're not doing that joke, man. That joke is like from a month and 2 months ago by now.
So, that's just old, man.
Yeah, that's just old, man. It's the internet. You gotta stay with it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But here's my thing,
did he want Diddy to be sexiest man alive?
Maybe he did. That's his own personal thing.
No, man, Diddy should have won.
Yeah. Take that. All right, hold on. What we see? What? Okay.
It costs money. Like we keep telling y'all, you gotta pay for that shit.
I forgot. This is kind of a bullet after dark. I forgot. Yeah.
We ain't free, man. We ain't free.
Anyway, what I'm getting back to it. Okay, yes, you gotta have Ben Kessler like that. But here's the thing about Randall Park. So Randall Park, here's the thing. Yes, he looks like a regular dude on TV. Remember, he is a paid actor. He is paid to look good on TV. So yes, standing next to The Rock, or Chris Hemsworth, he looking like a regular dude. Standing next to you, he's gonna look like damn near Henry Cavill compared to you. He would take your girl. So remember, it's all perspective, and he's got more money than you. So yeah, exactly. That's what Eli said. All right, that being said, Eli, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay, like I said, now you saw the thumbnail. Some people care what we do, some people won't care what we're doing. Guess what? We don't care if you care what we're doing. Yes, we're going to talk about a movie that came out in September. It's November, October, September, right? 3 months ago.
Yeah, we live in an age where movies drop and then they drop on streaming like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, so technically we're talking about an old movie right now. We're talking about Transformers 1. Why are we talking about this movie? Because it's our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want. That's why we're talking about this movie.
Transformers were comics.
They were comics. So technically they count. Comics, toys, video games, movies, whatever you want.
This is a comic book movie.
Here's the thing. Like we're talking about the Transformers franchise as a whole.
Yeah.
They predate the MCU. The first Transformers came out, not live action. First Transformers movie came out in 2007. Iron Man came out in 2008. But the Disney buyout didn't happen to 2010. So technically the MCU didn't happen in 2010. So I mean, we can look at Iron Man. The point is that they're older than the MCU. They've been doing
breaking down history.
Yeah, man, I looked this up, man. Nobody's seen it. That's the whole point.
Nobody's seen it. That's
what we're talking about it.
We saw it. We finally saw it. I didn't see it.
That's the whole point of this podcast. We're talking about the movie that nobody saw.
I didn't bother watching it until yesterday.
And here's the thing about it, because we got to talk about it. Why didn't people watch this movie? First off, the trailer didn't catch my attention. It was
the trailer sucked.
Mm-hmm. I think everybody can agree on that one. And plus, I just talked about it. That remember how we keep talking about this superhero fatigue stuff like that. Now, personally, I don't count Transformers as superhero movies, even though some detractors do. I know some detractors call everything Marvel movies. Transformer Marvel movies, Fast and Furious Marvel movies, Bond movies Marvel movies. They just think that everything is a fucking Marvel movie. No, it doesn't count as that. But people will say, if there's a such thing as superhero fatigue, is there a such thing as Transformers fatigue? If the if the franchise is older than the MCU, and people saying that, what that mean about Transformers if it's been around for that? And plus, it wasn't like the movies were all bangers,
No.
Or any of them were bangers. Be honest with you,
they were. None of them were. They all sucked, man.
Right? Yeah.
I stopped watching after the third or fourth one. I haven't seen them all.
Right. The hero fatigue really bad. Yeah. So that's the thing. So like I said, you haven't seen all of them. Even the ones that people say are good, to me, were mid. I thought Bumblebee was mid. That's just me. That last
I enjoyed Bumblebee for what it was.
It was Alf. Let's be honest. That's
sure.
all it was. Yeah.
But it had Transformers in it. So
I would have just rather have Alf. I would just have an Alf movie, but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what was the next one? Beast Wars and shit. I like it.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also on Paramount Plus. So feel free to check that out when you get a chance. But yeah, that was also mid. So I was just like, it was cool, whatever. But at the same time, it ain't just like, oh man, you got to recommend it. So then they finally come out with this movie, and we're just like, why do we care? Even though, Eli, the funny thing about it, this is the movie that every fan has been asking for since the 80s.
Basically,
give us a movie with no humans. Give us a movie just on Cybertron. Give us a movie just about Transformers. They give you that movie, nobody sees it.
Well, because the trailer sucked.
Because the trailer sucked, right? So it's just the funniest thing, because I haven't looked at the numbers on it. I'm almost guaranteeing that this is the lowest grossing Transformer movie out right now. Because, okay, here's the thing. Nobody saw this movie, Eli, right?
Yeah.
Joker did twice as high as this movie.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Joker 2. The shit one that nobody should have seen. Venom did 4 times this movie. Venom 3.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, the movies that you shouldn't be watching, you're going to see. Meanwhile, the movie you should be watching, you're not seeing. But like I said, shit trailer. But hey, those movies had shit trailers.
The trailer sucked.
Those trailers suck. You telling me, oh yeah,
those movies, yeah.
But Joker and Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga tap dancing. Oh yeah, I got to see that shit.
I find myself enjoying their movies. I don't know why. Yeah, sometimes kids' movies aren't bad. I've seen all the Kung Fu Panda movies, and I love them all.
They made more than one? Okay.
There's 4 of them, yeah.
4? What else can you say after the first one? You think they would say all they had to say?
Kung Fu, man. Learning the styles, man. Wu-Tang.
I guess. I don't know, man. But anyway, we're here. Like I said, we're talking about a movie nobody saw. Where did we see this movie? We saw this movie on Paramount Plus. It dropped on Paramount Plus on Friday. So that's why we saw it. I didn't pay to see it. Eli, I don't know if you have Paramount Plus. I actually want to talk about Paramount Plus also, because we're going to talk about whether or not it's worth getting. Is there stuff on Paramount Plus? I'm going to talk about some other stuff also. Like I said, Rise of the Beast or War of the Beast or whatever the fuck the last Transformer movie is on there. Transformer before that is on there.
Yeah, all the Michael Bay movies are on there.
All the Michael Bay movies are on there. So yeah, you can go watch it, see what you think about it. All the Ninja Turtle stuff is on there because they bought Ninja Turtles. So if you want to see the old 80s Ninja Turtles cartoons are on there. Yeah. So Paramount Plus got some
Star Trek.
All the Star Trek, all of them. Yeah, they're there. Halo, who nobody saw but me. It's there for now. But now we're gonna get into review, because we're gonna review this movie. And Eli, since you are the Transformer, historian on the podcast, okay. I'm gonna let you go first and let you break down all the Easter eggs and give us all the meat that
I'm not as deep as Gomer.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I was really into the Transformers as a kid. Watched that cartoon religiously, had some of the toys, read some of the comics. G1 Transformers. I didn't really follow them after that. Didn't like the Michael Bay movies. Those movies I thought sucked. I couldn't, even with Megan Fox bending over, they just didn't do nothing for me. Mm-hmm. The Transformers look stupid. They look like fucking, silverware getting thrown around and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was never a fan of the Michael Bay movies. I thought I enjoyed Bumblebee for what it was, but for the most part, live action or Transformers movies, other than the '86 movie,
right? Which we will talk about that in a second, but
yeah, they really haven't. I haven't really been that into any of the Transformers movies, and then, but I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie.
This movie kicked ass, didn't it? Yeah,
this movie, like I said, I had no desire to see it because the trailer sucked. It looked like a kid's movie. It looked like a fluffy, Toy Story. Optimus Prime and Megatron are friends.
Let's say what you want to say, Eli. Marvel movie.
Yeah, and it looked like Disney-fied shit. That here's the 2 arch enemies are buddy now. Mm-hmm. It looked like Buzz and Woody from Toy Story and shit. And that's what the trailer looked like. It looked like foofy kid shit, and I'm like, man, I don't want to.
Especially with the art style and animation, it kind of threw you off also because
Yeah.
They
So I
all
was like,
young, and it's like Transformer babies almost.
yeah,
So, yeah.
I especially because the Energon universe in the comics, I'm the reboot of Transformers comics that Image has been doing lately
Mhm.
that are awesome, and they're gritty and raw and violent. Not your kids Transformers, man. The new Transformer comics are raw and brutal. So to see a trailer that looked all fluffy and foofy and shit, I was like, nah.
Cracking jokes and shit. Yeah.
So I didn't bother seeing it. And then it popped up on, I did hear people saying it's that bad. I heard, I heard the word out there, the buzz that it's actually not that bad. So when you said, it was on Paramount, I checked it out and I watched it twice now.
I tried to watch it because I had a busy week, man. I couldn't. So I watched it once and I tried to watch it twice, but then I had to set up for this. So I watched
I liked it that
times,
much. Yeah. Yes, that's how much I liked it. I watched it twice now.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised at how good this movie had no business being that good.
Right.
It's really not kiddie shit. I mean, it is. There's a lot of humor and jokes, especially Bumblebee. He's cracking a lot of jokes and shit. Some of them landed, some of them didn't. He was the comic relief. But the relationship between Megatron and Optimus Prime, how it starts and how it ends up was rather heartbreaking.
Yeah, because they start out as best friends, damn near brothers.
Yeah, and just to see them, and then just to see Megatron get so disillusioned with everything, and you totally buy why he becomes who he is. So the way they did that, the way they fleshed out how Megatron's arc and how he was just like
Eli, you see my name on here, right?
Yeah. He was following the rules. He was all about protocol and not always staying in line and just following orders. That's all he was about. And then he was this leader that Sentinel Prime or whatever. And I knew he was full of shit. Right in the beginning, I like there's something about this guy. That Sentinel Prime.
Here's the thing, Eli. You said you haven't seen all the Transformers movies, right?
No.
So I'm not saying this is canonical to whatever Bay is doing, but Sentinel Prime was the main bad guy of the third one.
Okay.
So that's how
is that the one with the building.
Yeah, when
the building. I saw that I saw that at a drive-in.
Yeah, or some shit. But he was Leonard Nimoy played him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I vaguely remember that. But anyways, you can tell that this leader who was like the president of Cybertron was full of shit. And he was conning everybody. So maybe that's why in our current times, that's why I related to it so much, and it resonated to me so much. I was like, okay, everybody knows this guy's full of shit. Why isn't anybody doing anything about it? So when Megatron finally gets that proof, he's like, fuck this guy, and
right. He don't want to expose him. He don't want it. No, he wants to take care of him himself. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody knows what this guy's full of shit. Everybody's seen what he's done, yet no one's doing anything about it. So that's, that kind of hit.
I mean, you got to because their whole life they've been limited in what they do. And there's a theme to this. Like, this is a kid's movie, but it deals with some heavy themes, like some things kids may not get. Like the whole point of the movie about classism, the transformation is a big theme about it because about your limitations, about potential. And you got Megatron just saying, okay, this is my limitation. This is how I can get.
This is my role in life.
This is my
role in life. As long as I do this. As long as I do this, everything will be fine. Yeah,
everything will be fine. That's the whole point. That's how he learned to live his life until he finds out that he's been limited by this guy. This one guy right here is the reason you are where you are in life right now.
Yeah,
that's for us kids. They'll be like, oh, that's funny. For people, they'll be like, oh, it's kind of deep.
Yeah, you're working your whole life and never getting ahead. You know. And then there's Optimus Prime, who's like, "Hey, there's more to this. Don't you want to do something with
limits?" Right?
Yeah, like we can do that. So that whole their relationship that was very interesting, and I thought very well written. you know, and being a fan of old school Transformers and shit like that, that really hit pretty good, you know, like as far as like watching their relationship deteriorate and then Megatron, his final turn, you're like, oh man.
And
you know,
it was earned because the whole point, you could feel like Megatron was saving Optimus. Every time Optimus fuck up, he saved him.
Yeah.
And then at the last moment, I'm trying to do something, and again, you're getting in my way again.
Yeah.
I mean, like I can't do this anymore. Like you could feel
yeah,
that breaking point.
Yeah, when literally when they get there's that plot line now. Spoilers. There's that plot line where they didn't have their cogs. They could not transform because this president asshole Prime fucking took their cogs out, so they couldn't transform. Yeah. So when they learn that, and then when they finally transform, and you know that is a literally and you know and mental, you know, figuratively and symbolically a transformation for Megatron, because then he's like, I got it. Like he's like, I'm not following you anymore. You know, no, you guys are following me now. I'm not saving. Yeah, like you said, I'm not running after you, cleaning up your mess anymore. I'm not letting you lead me into like all this trouble all the time. No, I'm taking over. They're like he literally transformed his character and figuratively too. You know, physically and figuratively.
Also,
you know?
In their transformation, you can see it also. Okay, Optimus Prime turned into a car. Bumblebee turned into a car. RC turned into a car. What did he turn into?
A tank.
A tank. He was the only one with a gun for transformation.
Yeah.
I think all of that played into it. Like, no, this is me. His transformation came out to be what he wanted to be. I was like, interesting. So he don't need a gun like everybody else. He is the gun.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a weapon, you know.
Right.
And
see shit like the kids not gonna catch shit like this, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but they I think that may be what hurt the movie overall, why people didn't see it, because I think the movie wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Because, like I said, let's go back to before this, like Transformers, as we know, Transformers never been like a jokey, even though it's for kids, it's never been like aimed at kids or anything like that. It's never been jokey, whimsical, comedy, shit like that.
It was a product of the 80s, and we talk about this. Now, we're both Gen Xers. We both grew up in the 80s. Transformers was from the 80s, and that cartoon was it was a lot of fun to watch.
It took itself seriously. Yeah.
It was a lot, and there was a lot of wisecracks and shit, you know. You know, Rumble was always talking mad shit, you know. You know, but you know, there was some real drama in there. I mean, on the cartoon. And then, of course, the 86 movie, that threw us all for a loop. None of us
nobody was
that,
that movie had kids crying.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, it got spoiled for me. Like, I wanted to see it, but then everyone said, oh, my God, Optimus Prime dies in that movie. I'm like, word? Oh, shit, I got to see this fucking movie. But then everybody died in that movie.
Right,
so,
everybody got taken out.
Optimus Prime dying got spoiled, but everybody died. That didn't get spoiled. So you just still going and watching that shit and just watch, like in the first 10 minutes, motherfuckers are getting mowed down.
Right. And not even ceremony, like they don't even get like death scenes. It's like that night. Megatron just comes to the room and just starts shooting, like headshot people.
Laying them out. Yeah.
And then just move to the next room. Like, wait a minute. That was Ratchet you just took out. Like, fuck them.
Yeah. Everybody just gets mowed down and shit. And like, holy shit. And we know, like, they were trying, like, the purpose of the movie, you know, Hasbro's like, we're killing off all these characters because we're gonna make the new toys are coming out. And they didn't think about the emotional toll it was gonna take on us all. Like,
right. They really thought Hot Rod was gonna be the big thing that we were all gonna get. Like, fuck Hot Rod. Rodimus Prime. Like, who the fuck is this guy? But that fucked us all up, man. You know. So seeing that, you know, that resonating to this, I thought, that heartbreak of, because when Prime jumped in front, when Megatron was going to shoot Sentinel, and then Prime jumped in front of it and he shot him instead, I like, oh shit, like, it's like, like, whoa, where the fuck we going with this?
And I know this is a prequel. I know, you know, and that's what my thing about prequels is, there's no stakes because you know how the things are going to turn out, and I know that they're not going to die, but still, that I like, oh shit, he just shot him, and then he fell off, and then he's like, why did you do that? And then he let him go. When he let him go, like,
right,
I'm not saving you anymore. Like,
but
that's it.
Yeah, even though we know what's going to happen, you know, but at the same time, when you know that's when their relationship, like, there's no going back from that.
Yeah.
That's where it hurts. Like, this is when it happens.
Yeah, that's better than the Star Wars prequels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, like I buy Megatron's turn to the dark side more than Anakin.
That's what the whole movie is about. Him going to the dark side, getting seduced by power, wanting more power.
Yeah, who would have thought this fluffy kids movie cartoon would have like been more heartbreaking than 3 Star Wars prequels?
Right. When his eyes turn red, I'm done saving you.
I'm done saving, and then lets him go, and then when he falls, like, oh shit, yeah, he's gonna get the matrix of leadership. And he's gonna be Prime, and then I got, oh shit, it's Optimus.
Like, this is when it happens, right?
This is when it happens.
That's my thing about it. Like, that's why I almost wish like we did have Gomer or AKA David on here, because I don't know how much of this lore is a thing. I don't know. Like, did it or has it been in there since the 80s? I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that they were friends back in the day. Like, that is canonical. But but those guys would have been naming every fucking bot on the oh, that's so and so, that's Ratchet,
Jetstream, and
there's Ironhide, there's there's Wheeljack,
cool,
there's Gears.
Cut to the chase, get to the point.
Yeah. Yeah, AKA David would have been giving us histories on all the characters. Well, Gears
in issue 32 in 85.
Yes, Gears and Wheeljack went to the moon, and
so that is a reference to that. And like, okay,
yeah. I mean, I got some Easter eggs here and there, but not. Yeah, I'm sure those guys would have. Yeah.
Here's a crazy Easter egg in there. Okay, so Bumblebee was played by Key from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember when he was going with his dead friends down there with Steve and shit like that, and he called one of the robots A-Tron? Like Aaron. I thought that was. I think I'm the only person that laughed at that, but I thought that was funny. I like, they stuck that shit in there. Okay.
Or fucking somebody said, was it Alita when she's like, you don't got the touch, you don't got the power.
You don't got the power. I'm like, oh, okay, they throwing this shit.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's little stuff in there. Like, if you know your Transformer lore, it's stuff in there you can get. Or it just a bunch of combats in there, like Starscream. Okay, so Starscream, when he first met Starscream, he was talking regular.
Yeah. Until fucking Megatron beat his ass and fucked up his voice or whatever.
And fucked up his voice like that. I'm like, oh, that's when that happened. Okay.
Yeah. And then somebody says, listen to the way he talks now.
Oh, like that. Okay, so that's what I guess. So I don't know if any of that is canonical or that's lore buildable like that. It's just it makes sense. That's all I'm saying. When it gets down to the end, it makes sense of what I know from Transformers. This was like a prequel. This was like the only other prequels that I think that did it this well was like those, like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies, and those 3 that those were really well written and fleshed out the universe and really well. And I felt this did that too, My thing is just about those, and I love those 8 movies, but do you think those 8 movies, like by the time you get third 8 movie, like, okay, I can see where it gets to the Charlton Heston movies. Like, I can see their progression. I still almost feel like those movies are kind of Elseworld, or like they're building a new thing, or maybe they do, or maybe it will go into the Charlton.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still like hundreds of years before you get to Charlton Heston's, and this new one, the newest Planet of the Apes movie, which I just thought was okay, kind of like fills in. I think it's like a couple hundred years into the future.
Okay,
but I liked how they did like build that universe, like that. This is the seeds of what would become those later Charlton Heston movies, and I thought that was really well done. And that's what this movie did. It really fleshed out the universe and Cybertron and the relationship and how the Autobots became Autobots and Decepticons became Decepticons and all that shit. What was his name?
Why the beef started? Why the Decepticons might have a point?
What they're doing. Megatronus or whatever, Megatronus Prime. That was that symbol. That was his head, and that's now the Decepticon label, the logo. That was that. Like all that
killed him.
Yeah. So that all worked. It all just fleshed it all out like perfectly. I thought, like, wow, this is really well done.
Like, by the time you get to the movie, everything fits. Everything is in place. Because at the beginning of the movie, like, how is this gonna get here? And they got there. You're like, well, damn, that's pretty damn good. And they did it like like an hour and 44 minutes. It wasn't like a trilogy shit. Like, bam, bam, bam. No. They did it.
No. And I guess they I don't know, because no one went and saw it.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is still happening, but I guess they were planning on doing a trilogy out of this, out of these movies.
I hope they don't let that box office discourage them, but we already know when he talks bullshit walks. That's life.
And I'm just like, damn, okay, we see Bumblebee and how he's all jokey and comic relief.
Like the one that didn't talk in the movies is the one that won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So something has had to happen to turn Bumblebee into Bumblebee, where he's not the jokey comic relief guy. Right. So, like, what the fuck happened? That's heartbreaking.
Right. So something had to happen between them.
It's like the Last Ronin, Ninja Turtles. Like, what turned Michelangelo into this like hard, gritty, pissed off loner?
I'm glad you brought the Ninja Turtles. That was another point I was trying to make. Now, because like I said, this movie is basically like 3 acts. First act, it's pretty much just Optimus Prime. And it's funny that Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus Prime because it's almost like a Thor and Loki like dynamics they got going on in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like that. But second act, they're pretty much the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
It's just them four. And it's the thing, that's how my mind is, Eli. Anytime
that is true. Yes. And Alita was Donatello. She was the one who was hacking into systems.
Yeah, she's the smart one, right?
Yeah.
Optimus Prime is the leader. He's the alpha. Megatron is the asshole. He's the Raphael of the group. And Bumblebee was the Mikey, the jokester. So they had that dynamic. Like I said, and my thing is, Eli, anytime I see 4 characters in any movie or TV show, my mind always goes Ninja Turtles. I don't care if it's Fantastic Four or Golden Girls. My mind goes there. You can break them down. Okay, so Dorothy was Leonardo. Sophia was Raphael. Blanche, I'm gonna say Blanche was Donatello. Donatello, and I can't remember Betty White's name on the show. It's been a while since I've seen Golden Girls.
What is it? Is it Rose? No.
It was Rose. Definitely Michelangelo. Yeah.
Yeah, so, she was the dingy one. Yeah.
She was the dingy one. She was So it works. If you watch a show with any 4 characters, I don't care if it's Living Single, or anything like that. It works.
Oh yeah, let's break down Living Single.
I can't remember the names. I mean, Khadijah. Khadijah was Leonardo. Shit.
Sinclair was Michelangelo.
Regine was Regine was I'm gonna say Regine was Michelangelo, just because she was like the life of the party. She was just the one.
That's Tootie.
Yes, that was Tootie. That was Regine. Maxine was definitely Raphael. Definitely.
Yeah.
And you already said like I said, it works. It don't matter what you take. Take 4 characters, the shit works. So it definitely worked here. And that's where it was like the second act. You could feel them like being a team right there until it got to the third act, and then shit just went left.
Yeah.
He went there, they went there, they came at odds with each other. It worked. So
yeah,
I liked it. And that's one of my main criticisms about the movie, that I wish the movie was longer, just to give you that because I wanted to see them as that group longer before the shit.
Yeah. If there's any critique, if there's any critique that I have, I think it's like all of a sudden they knew how to kick ass. Mm-hmm. Like they got their cogs, and all of a sudden they were like ultimate warriors. All of a sudden,
like, taking out armies and shit.
Yeah. I got knife hands.
Which was funny to me. I thought that was pretty funny too. Come here, when he went in that room and started chopping up shit. Like, why you tell the room that? These good guys, man.
Yeah. Hey, check it out! I got a battle mask. Like, I'm Batatron.
Batatron. Funny movie, man. We really recommend this movie.
I loved it. I was like, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, wow, I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah. So I think this is the best Transformers movie since the 80s one.
Since the 86. Yeah.
You can't beat You can't beat 86. It's impossible. Not because it scarred us for life. That is one reason, But another reason is, Eli, I watched like 30 minutes of the 80s set because it's free on YouTube right now. That movie is so 80s. Oh my God. It's like taking a rail of the 80s and just snorting that shit straight from the source. You're like, woo, this is so 80s. Like, you got hair metal. You got Oh,
the touch. You got the touch.
you got the touch. You got the power. The animation. You got
Instruments of destruction.
Yes, Optimus Prime just chopping through people.
Dare to
Megatron
be
chopping
stupid.
through
The Weird Al song. Dare
the
to be stupid.
Weird Al made an original song for this movie.
Yeah, Dare to be stupid.
Dare to be stupid was not like a riff anything. He just made that shit. Yeah. And so I'm like the Micro Machines guy.
Oh yeah,
He's in the movie.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles is in this movie. He's the main bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, if you listen to podcasts, you've never seen any Transformer anything, watch that fucking movie.
Well, I think on Tubi, Pluto, all these free apps, the original Transformers G1 cartoon is on there.
Mm-hmm.
All like the whole 3 seasons or whatever it was, so you can binge watch the whole series, and see where it all because I was talking about this today. I was like, we were talking how we never saw we always saw Cybertron in flashbacks or whatever, and yes, on in some of the episodes they go back there here and there, but we never saw the history, and because in G1 they end up on Earth. It's millions of years from when Cybertron this movie takes place. So we never saw that, So that's what was cool about that.
The arc and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. You saw Cybertron as this, a world, a functioning world, what it was like, and just to geek out on that, being a fan, Transformers fan, and just seeing that was cool.
Yeah.
So,
and before it was war torn. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember. Did you ever play that PlayStation games, War on Cybertron?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
actually.
Awesome game too. That was completely on Cybertron also, and that was just them fucking up shit. I think it's on. I need to play that shit. I need to play this shit again. I'm gonna find that game. that was a great game. But yeah. But yeah. Anything else we got to add on that, or we just talk about Transformers all day?
No, I'm. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I watched it twice. I did not think it was going to be that. From watching the trailer and thinking "fuck this shit" to wow, that was fucking dope. I'm going to watch it again. Yeah,
I mean, because Eli, they tried to sell it as a Marvel movie. I think they did. The reason I'm saying that because you got Chris Hemsworth as him. Of course, that's a Marvel guy. You got Scarlett Johansson playing RC. You go there, Paperboy, and his thing. The more I see Paperboy in other movies past Atlanta, the less cooler he gets. I don't know. Maybe I need to stop with that. But he was in a Marvel movie. He was the Eternals.
Yeah. So, Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. Yeah. So you got. Oh, he was actually pretty cool in Bullet Train. Okay. You gave him one.
Him and Quicksilver. Him and Quicksilver.
Okay. You gave him one notch, Eli. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. So you got all these Marvel, and I think they tried to sell it. We're going to sell it like a Marvel, but Transformers is not Marvel. It doesn't have the feel of it. If you want to do
it was Marvel originally. I mean, the original comics were Marvel.
But Marvel was Marvel then. Marvel was Marvel different. So so it has a completely different feel. So you can't chase that dragon. You got to be your own thing. And I think they try to sell it as that. I think that's what fucked them up. But if they would have sold it as the other trailer, how it does get deeper into the Transformers mythology, show them how they were friends, and then they, the relationship goes to shit. And the action scenes and the scene when Prime becomes Prime, the movie would have sold. I think.
Yeah.
They sold
it was a bait and switch. They sold it as a kiddie movie, but then it had this very heartbreaking, tragic story of the fall, a friendship, falling apart. And then becoming bitter enemies, and what leads them to become bitter enemies. That was like the bait and switch. It reminds me of the Bumblebee trailer. Okay, so I enjoyed Bumblebee for what? Yeah, it's not the greatest. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I think, but Bumblebee the trailer sold it as this was going to be G1 shit because the trailer was full of that Cybertron shots, and that Cybertron shits is in the first 5 minutes, and then that's it. The rest is on Earth. So that was.
I'll be honest with that first 5 minutes, the best Transformers movie shit ever.
Yeah, it is.
And then that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was a total bait and switch. So yeah, I did not expect it to be anything that I would be into, and then I ended up loving it. So it's probably if we're doing a top top best of year that's on my list.
It's on my list too. I don't know where I got to rank it. I got to rank it, but it will be there. It will be there.
Definitely. Yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought a kitty Transformers movie?
A kitty Transformer movie. Yeah. Starring Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you got to slap score on it. What you got?
I'll give it a 4.5. 4.5 out of 5.
I'm with you. 4.5 out of 5. I'm with you like that. The only problem I really have with this movie wasn't long enough. That's it. That's the only bad thing I can say about it.
Yeah, it was a tad predictable because it's a prequel, but
it's a prequel.
The journey.
It took me a while to get into it. Also, I think the first act had me thinking, "Oh, this is going to be what I thought it was." What the trailer sold me as.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Like
yes.
First act.
Yeah. Then about 15 minutes then it starts ramping up.
They threw that plot twist in there, and I really said, like, what? Where are we going with this? Okay.
Yeah.
So but that's all I got. So okay, we'll next part. I got some other stuff I got to talk about also. All
right, yeah.
Transformers. Okay. Let's talk about Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Very quickly. Like I said, I know let's dig deep into the lore of Mission Impossible. We're not. They dropped a new trailer. But here's the thing, Eli. The reason I'm upset because they had on there the last reckoning or the final reckoning or some shit like that. Basically hinting at or basically telling you it's the last movie of the franchise. Franchise is done.
Okay.
But that was not the plan. The plan was to keep the movies going. But so why are they ending the franchise now? I have a theory.
It could be the son of Mission Impossible.
The son of Mission Impossible. No, I think it's done. But I blame Barbie for killing Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Now, the last Mission Impossible, whenever we reviewed it, the one where he fought God or some shit, the point was that movie tanked at the box office. Not underperformed, flop, tanked. You know why? Because it came out the week before Barbie and Oppenheimer. Like, if you watch our reviews, I had 1 week Mission Impossible and next week Barbenheimer right behind it. So it almost made it seem like the movie pretty much got yanked out the theaters when Barbenheimer came because it was like this behemoth juggernaut that everybody saw. So it's like you dropped at the wrong time. So now they're thinking that the movie has no more legs. The movie has no more gas in the tank. And plus, he's past 60 now. How many times he gonna jump out of a helicopter no parachute at this point? At some point you gotta call it a day. But I don't know, I guess it depends on how much money the next movie make. If they do, then it'll be the final reckoning or some shit, So I don't know. That's my thing. Eli, I'm not ready for it to end. I want to keep going. Well, Gomer and them talk about Transformers and all the lore and shit. Like, I know all the lore of Mission Impossible. Eli, which movie did Tom Cruise have his longest running scene?
Oh, I don't know, man.
See. That's my point.
I haven't seen I haven't seen all these. The last one I saw was the one with Hawkeye, where he was on the building with the glass. He was with the magnet hands or whatever, those gloves and shit.
15 years ago.
Yeah, that's the last one I saw, man.
Oh man, let's move up. That's all I want to talk about. I want to move past that. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about. Rest in peace to Freevee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Freevee's gone, I think, by the end of the week. Okay. For those who know who Freevee is, or what Freevee is, everybody knows about Tubi. Tubi got all these hood movies on there and shit like that. You just watch on there. But Freevee is also a free thing. That actually has pretty good movies on there. But nobody cares because they're all right movies and shit like that. Like I said, I binge watched Night Court on there one time. Like the whole season, the whole series,
Night Court's, I think, on Tubi, too.
Okay, I think it is on there, but I know I watched it on Freevee. But yeah, so the point is, but they're killing Freevee, but Freevee won't die that easily because what they're doing, all the movies that were on Freevee are now going to be on Amazon Prime, but for free customers. So if you don't have an Amazon Prime account and don't want to pay Amazon Prime, the stuff that was on Freevee, you watch for free. So if you want to watch Night Court on Amazon Prime, you can do it, and they got other stuff on there too,
or go to Tubi.
Or go to Tubi, yeah.
Or Pluto.
They got some other ones. They got some other ones on there also, but yeah.
Yeah.
Voodoo got a bunch of free stuff on there.
Yeah, Voodoo's got a bunch of free
bunch of free stuff on there. So yeah. I think they got That's My Mom on there. So, I hadn't seen that one in a while, but yeah.
Well, like I said, I was watching What's Happening on Tubi like during the summer. I was
Yeah.
binge watching What's Happening.
But That's My Mama is a quick one. It's just 2 seasons. That's all it is. You just get in, get out with that one. So yeah. Yeah. So it's not like the Jeffersons, like 15 seasons or some shit, you know.
They still don't got the Red Meth show though.
All right. So what show you said they didn't have? The
Red Meth, Red Man and Method Man.
yeah, let that die. That Homeboys in Outer Space, let that shit die, man. No, we don't. Yeah. Oh man. All right, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay, Eli, we're here. I think we rambled on long enough. We're here. We're at the comic book podcast part now. Like I said, this comic book bully, we're talking about comic books, and we're gonna jump into it. Eli, let you go first because you got more books than I do. We're gonna see what we got and where we're gonna go.
Okay. Should I do my big book? No, fuck it. Since we're talking Transformers, I will do Transformers number 14.
Transformers.
Yeah, keep it
More
going.
than meets the eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where we're going with it.
So this is Transformers. This is the Energon universe. Image. They've sort of rebooted the Transformers and G.I. Joe. So they are crossing over. The two universes are crossing over. Transformers and G.I. Joe. My favorite comics right now. Daniel Warren Johnson. He's no longer drawing it anymore. It's Jason Howard is on is art and Mike Spicer's doing the color as usual. Daniel Warren Johnson is only writing it now. And of course, Russ Wooten is the letters. So yeah, this is they've about a year ago. This is issue 14. So yeah, last year they rebooted the Transformers. I mentioned it before. G1, it's taken this, the old cartoon and a gritty reboot. This is the gritty reboot. Yeah, this is, the Transformers are killing people. They're squashing people. Yeah, it's brutal. It's very violent and
Nolanized. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. DC. Zack Snyder
Absolute
shit.
Transformers.
Yeah. Yes. So far, we've had hints of G.I. Joe, that there's stuff. G.I. Joe is involved in this universe. Destro is trying to get his hands on Energon. Megatron has been buried in the ice for millions of years, and Cobra found his body. But this deal, so Starscream was like the leader for a while until Soundwave killed his ass and took over. Beat his ass, threw him off a cliff. He was all in pieces. Anyways, some Cobra soldiers found Starscream's body, and basically brought him back to life. Brought him back online. Since they couldn't find his legs, they put, what are they called? The Viper? What's that thing called? Those Cobra tanks. Yeah,
but I'm gonna go. I think they were the Vipers. Yeah,
we really need those. Gomers was like they were total Hasbro bros.
Yeah, like they did a podcast just on that. That's it.
On Transformers. The Hasbro verse. But anyway, so they put Starscream, his body on one of their tanks. And they're saying, and they also put a bunch of explosive in his body. Say, hey, if you try to kill us, you're going to blow up. So we control, and they have a remote control. So they're controlling Starscream with a remote control.
Wow.
They find, and they end up finding A-Train. That he's all chained up, and they free him, and he transforms into the shuttle, and he's flying away, and they're all flying, and they see earlier on in the series, a piece of Cybertron came through a portal and landed in the ocean. And they see a bunch of the Decepticons in the ocean, so they go down and get them. And they bring them on board and basically end up killing the humans. Because I made a deal. I made a deal with one of your homies, like to take out those explosives. And then squashes her. Yeah, sorry, you're no longer in charge. And then he squashes her, and then shoots the rest of the rest of the humans, but keeps one going and says, "You're gonna be my You're going to be my servant. You're going to be you're going to document the history of me, Starscream, being the leader and taking back Cybertron and Earth and all this shit. So basically, Starscream's alive. He's got a bunch of homies, not the Constructicons. What were they? They're another like a group of Decepticons he has.
Like they were all flu and shit.
Yeah, and so he's back in business, and of course now Soundwave is back on Cybertron. Basically, bringing the Decepticons up to speed and ready to take over. So we have these. Yeah, it's a big mess. And also the Autobots here, but this was mainly on about Starscream's back, basically.
Because they killed him off in that last book. So
yeah, and he's still alive, and now he's merged with the Cobra tank. So yeah, this is another 4 out of 5. I love this series. It's one of my favorite books on the shelves right now. I'm just digging the Energon universe. So
one of the best selling books. I mean, Transform and G.I. Joe, both of them killing it right now.
Yeah. And I will review the G.I. Joe book, the new #1 G.I. Joe. So
okay, if DC could just get this shit together, that's all. So speaking of DC, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the one we think we're gonna start with. We're going to start with Absolute Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go into it. For those who don't know, this is the world that Darkseid created. It's all emo, all whatever. On the cover, that's Alfred Pennyworth with a gun to Batman's head while he's charging him. So yes, this book is supposedly sold as Batman versus Alfred. That's what they sell it as.
The coolest part of this comic, I think.
Yeah,
is Alfred.
Yeah, like Alfred. Like Alfred's like almost like the protagonist of this comic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Like even in the last one, he kind of is. So yeah, let's just get to it. Let's go to Alfred versus Batman and see how that goes. So yeah. And the book starts off with another flashback. Basically, like Bruce is on one side, and he knows his dad's, and even though he doesn't see his dad, he knows his dad's on the other side. It's just been filled up with holes, by gangsters. And he turns around, he sees not one bat, but a bunch of bats, and they all attack him at one time. And that's how he gets his fear of bats, because Batman. Yeah. Meanwhile, we go to him, and he's at the Gotham atrium. Am I saying that right? Aquarium. Yeah, atrium is like birds, right?
An atrium or something like that.
Yeah, so aquarium.
Arboretum is like trees and shit. Atrium is like a I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, see, you learn stuff on this podcast. There you go.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah. Or we just telling you, just making up bullshit.
Yeah. We don't know. Don't listen to us. Fake news.
Yeah. So the point is, Batman knows where the party animals are going. Like he doesn't know where they are going, but where the big things they're going as he goes. He goes and meets them at the aquarium. I keep fucking it up. And he's using his cape as a hook, like a crowbar. And like smacking the shit out of him because and then he's got all kind of like knives in his back. He's got a ninja star in his mask, because they like fucking him up and shit like that. And he sees a whole bunch of them coming at him, and he knows there's too many of them. He could fuck them up, but he decides, instead, he decides to poke the thing, and so all kind of like basically floods the place. He floods the place because he poked a hole in the shark, and they flood in there. And what he does, take his cape and sticks to the wall, sticks to the ceiling. And the party was looking at him like, yeah, okay, what you do? You just flooded the place? Yeah, okay, so our feet are wet. That's about it. You still got to come down and fight as Batman. You're like, oh, really? And then what Batman does, throws out a little chemical in the water, and it turns the water into acid, burns their feet. Some of them say they even burn their toes off, and they go running to the police. And after like, okay. So, and what he does, that he's still monitoring everything he's doing. And he knows that he's got a bunch of bat caves all over the city. So he does a map of every bat cave that he think he may be going to, and just realize it's the shape of a bat all over Gotham. So that's why those bat caves are. He was like, damn, so this guy's everywhere. So skip past all this bullshit.
Mad Fight Club shit.
Yeah, Mad Fight Club shit. So, and that's when he so the thing is, the reason the party animals haven't caught up with him yet is because Alfred's kind of been like giving him protection that he don't even know about. And then when the party animals finally knows where he's going at, he's trying to send him a signal. He was like, okay, every general has two
You there, Leroy? Did you get cut off, Leroy? Or did I get cut off? Are you there, Leroy? Leroy, did you get cut off? We may be having technical difficulties, folks. I don't know if Leroy is on or if I'm on. This isn't the first time it's happened. Uh-oh. Did he send me something? Did it again? Penguin is like a low life or a low mob enforcer, and he's running the card game. The Riddler is like some tech bro. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. No, keep going.
Oh, okay. I was just talking about that card game. How all his friends are basically all his villains.
Mm-hmm. And they call him, "Hey, what's up, Crime Alley?"
Yeah. And then so he had one of those masks from the Party Men or Party Animals.
Mm-hmm.
And he so there it goes.
Yeah.
And he gives it to the Riddler or Nigma, who's like a tech bro, a tech whiz, to study it and shit. And then meanwhile, Black Mask is doing shit, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Black Mask doing shit. Oh, I know I like at the table when he says, hey y'all, I beat y'all with a joke. He like, jokers aren't allowed in here, Bruce. Foreshadowing, but yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, so he thinks he knows where he's going, and he goes to the Mayor Hill's, and I think they're hinting that Mayor Hill may have something to do with the Party Animals. We'll see. Now, here's the thing I like. Look how Batman is wearing his cape. It's like draped around, like I never seen that before. Like
yeah.
Like this is design. I'm like, okay, that's pretty
like
cool.
A scarf.
Like a scarf. I like, okay, I never seen that shit before.
Like a poncho, cool. Almost, yeah.
Yeah, almost like that. And then he sees something where he sees an arc, and it's Arkham. We haven't seen Arkham in this universe yet, have we?
Not yet.
I don't think we have. All right, and that's when Black Man shows up and shit like that. And Black Man is like,
when he's hacked. That's right. He's hacking into the system, and Black Man shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he think he knows. Basically, he's saying, I trapped you. You're here. Because I called the police. They're out there waiting for you. And my guys, I have snipers all around the roof also. So trying to survive this shit. And then they try to blow up the building. And then he just jumps down the elevator shaft. Like, okay, so Batman's supposed to be human, right? I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Finally gets down there. And Alfred is there waiting for him. He's like, look, you're good. You're a great detective. But I know stuff about them that you don't know. You know stuff about them. I don't know. If we pool our resources together, we can take these guys out. He was like, just hear me out. He was like, and look, because they're gonna kill you if you don't if you make it out this building. I have a car in the back, unless you got a car with you right now. He like, you're already in it. He was like, what? And that's when, bam, he revs up, and bam, he's driving some kind of huge bat thing,
dumb truck.
Yeah. That's his Batmobile. Caterpillar, or the construction sites they have. So
bat, dump truck, earth.
Yeah, whatever you want to caterpillar,
excavator,
caterpillar, whatever you want to call it. That's what he's driving in right now. He just busts through everything. To be continued. Oh, and they show a flashback of him meeting Selena, because everybody's in the card game but Selena.
Yeah, Selena. So him and Selena have some sort of relationship. Yeah, they know each other.
So yes, that's what's going on right now. So pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah,
I know
it's fine.
And there's one panel I just want to get back to, and I didn't mean to mess this up, and I hope it don't down me right now doing this shit. That one panel, this is my favorite panel of the whole book. This one right here, and I think this is where I crash. This one where he goes, because Batman AF.
Yeah.
Now I think here's my thing, because he's saying some people retreat or some people advance forward. Batman always advance forward. Batman AF. Because here's the thing. So you got Frank Miller. So his version of Batman was the goddamn Batman.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder's version is Batman AF. He's Batman as fuck.
I don't know how to feel about that.
That's where they're going with it. That's how what he's doing.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. I was like, oh yeah, that was a little, and I hate this word, but a little cringe.
I guess so. If they go to say he's Batman AF, then okay, yeah, I give you that.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, Batman was cringe too.
That was also, yeah. But let's take it a little further. Let's even go further than that.
Yeah. No, this is fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, am I as moved by it as like, not really. I mean, we've seen, this is just another version of Batman and Gotham, the different versions we've seen. Earth 2, Flashpoint, White Knight, Dark Knight's Metal, the different version. This version of Batman does this, and this, and this character does that. So it's like we haven't seen this concept before, but it's fun. My only thing is like, Batman is this just gigantic behemoth of a dude, and so nobody realize like Bruce Wayne, who he.
Well, that's the thing, because Bruce Wayne isn't famous.
Yeah, but still, Bruce Wayne in this universe is a big giant motherfucker. So they don't know that that's Batman. Like, who's this? Who they don't know the 8-foot tall, muscle bound dude is Batman. Did you freeze again? Oh shit! Am I talking? Did Leroy freeze again? Oh, maybe Leroy froze again. So, anyways, that's my only gripe. Is like no one seems to know who Batman is, even though Bruce Wayne is this giant dude. And Batman is this big, giant dude. So, but I'll give it a 4 out of 5. It's fun, It's Batman shit, And Scott Snyder is does Batman very well. Scott Snyder is a good Batman writer. He knows the character really well. And I guess I read he had posted that he has, I guess him and I can't remember who was doing the artic. But I guess he's got like a few years contract. So if this book sells, he's got like a few years of stories to tell in this absolute Batman verse. So, it's fun. It's fun. Like I said, the different versions of Batman get a little old for me, but this is fun still. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I guess it's on me, and I think I will do Psylocke. I'll do Psylocke number one. Yeah, from Marvel, Psylocke number one. Um, this is after the Krakoa age. We all know the Krakoa age is over. The mutants are kind of fractured and doing things. You know, they're in Alaska now, so anyways, Cyclops has a team, and then he's sending this team out to do stuff. Now, Psylocke is supposed to be on this team, but she's late. She got caught up on some mission, rescuing some chick. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I'm struggling, man. But
yeah. So I'm on my Psylocke book right now.
Oh, Psylocke. Okay, cool.
I gave Absolute Batman a 4 out of 5. What's your score?
I'll slap the same thing on a 4 out of 5. Like I said, good, easy, breezy fun. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing Psylocke number one. Alyssa Wong. This is, as explained, this is after the Krakoa age. The mutants are up and they're camped out up in Alaska. Psylocke or Cyclops again. I did it again. Cyclops has a team. Psylocke is supposed to be in on it, but she's been busy doing, vigilante work, rescuing people,
missions and shit.
And she's late to the meeting, and so because she's late to the meeting, Cyclops is like, "Yo, you need a break. You need to get some sleep. You need to get some rest. This team will be fine. Just go get some R&R." Yeah, that's an order. So she does. She goes and gets some R&R with who? John Greycrow. Yes, John Greycrow. Yeah. So and he's in this. Yeah. She goes, "Hey, can I come in?" And then they're sleeping. They obviously just got done, smashing and shit. But she has these nightmares. She's having nightmares and shit. He tries to wake her up, but she has her side blade and almost stabs him and shit. But she's having nightmares about her past. She was raised by the Hand and all that, and and of course, there's this tender moment. John Greycrow. Yeah, I did it again.
Say it about that fast.
Greycrow is trying to try to comfort her and all that, but she's like, I gotta go do something. So she has a sidekick. This what's his name? She has a sidekick. I can't, something Dimitri or something. Anyway, a guy. Oh, Devin something. I can't see his name. Anyways, this is the guy in the chair.
Okay.
He's like a psychic and like a tech whiz, and has been bugging her and been developing gadgets for her, and kind of guiding her on missions and shit, So he tells her about there's AIM is developing mutant hormone genes, pills or whatever, to give people powers and shit. And they're having this gala where they're auctioning off, mutant powers. So she goes there, and it's this big rich, a big rich people party. They're all in masks, some Eyes Wide Shut sex party shit, and there turns out that they're auctioning off mutant kids, so they're basically kidnapping mutant kids and siphoning their DNA and turning their into pills with their powers and shit.
Oh shit. Okay.
And she's trying to, and they're doing an auction, and what's his name? Skullmaster? Is that Skullbuster.
Okay. I don't know who that is either. But okay.
I don't know who that is either. So anyway, he's there, and she tries to of course she's having flashbacks, and it's triggering her, and she I'll buy everybody. I'll buy all these kids. And so, okay, that'll be $5 million for all the kids. And she's okay, cool. And then she whips out her, her side blades and starts fucking everybody up. It starts fucking up the place. Fucking up Skullmaster or Skullbuster or whatever. Stabbing him in the head with the side blade, and basically finding out that they've been kidnapping kids. She can read their minds and what they've been doing. So then dude ends up taking a bunch of those pills. Skullbuster takes a bunch of those mutant hormone pills. And then he like mutates into this like giant amalgam mutant thing because he took a bunch of pills with all these different mutant powers. And he's like mutating into this big giant, like weird monster, John Carpenter, the Thing, clashed with like the Hulk and like a tyrant from Resident Evil. Kind of what it looks like, you know. So she ends up fighting and whoops everybody's ass. And of course she's got that inner voice saying, I used to be a killer, but I joined the X-Men because I wanted to do some good, but I still have this like killer instinct that scares me because I'm still able to kill with such ease. And then the last panel shows her standing over Skullbuster's body, with a bloody ass sword, looking totally badass, and says to be continued. And I was like, fuck yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Okay. I'm wondering, is that who wrote that Blood War, that tie-in that she had?
I don't know. The Blood Hunt? The one with her and Grey Crow?
I almost feel like, because if you said Grey Crow showed up in this one, and she still having like, because she had like, nightmares and shit in that book too. So
yeah,
it's kind of all tying together.
Alyssa Wong, yeah, that's who wrote this.
Yeah, that's who wrote this. So now you see some continuity in there, and plus that book ended with her fighting ninjas. She's in this book fighting ninjas, so
just fighting ninjas. That's what. Yeah, it's ninja shit, which is hell yeah. I mean, look at the cover. She's on the cover with a bunch of hand. Yeah.
Right.
And then there's Cyclops bitch ass in the fucking background,
right.
like he's supposed to be Darth Vader.
That's conflict right there. I gotta get the fuck away from him. So shit.
Yeah. Like fuck Cyclops. But but no, this is fun. Her fighting ninjas, hers, bum rushing a fucked up rich people's ball and taking out motherfuckers and shit. Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. So
yeah. I wanted to check it out. If the book keeps going, I might stick to it because Cyclops. Honestly, because the X-Men runs right now kind of suck. So I'm waiting to see how Cyclops comes out of that. So
yeah. This is just her on a solo. It's a solo Psylocke book. Doing some solo Psylocke shit. So yeah.
All right, let's see how we go.
4 out of 5. Right. I enjoyed it.
Okay, all right. So let me try to do my last book. I know I've been struggling, but let me try this. We're gonna do Black Lightning #1.
I didn't get this. I was tempted.
Okay.
The art looks dope though. Like that cover.
Because Von 4L been talking about this book for like 2 months. Y'all gonna review Black Lightning? You're gonna review Black Lightning? We're reviewing Black Lightning. Where is he? Gone. But that's okay. We're still gonna try to do it as best we can. Like I said, we haven't technical. My computer just came back from the shop. I upped the RAM on it, obviously having some glitches like that. So I'm still working it out. But boom, Black Lightning. So here's the thing, Eli. So there's supposed to be this myth about all black superheroes have lightning powers. And you got people saying that's not true. Well, now we're gonna give you a book with not 1, not 2, but 3 black superheroes with lightning powers. Minimum. There may be even more. Now that I think about it, we're gonna see how it goes from there. All right. So Black Lightning #1.
Can you name 5 black superheroes without lightning powers?
Okay. Black Panther, Luke Cage. Now I know. Okay. Jon Stewart doesn't have him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Night Thrasher. Only because I can't think of anybody.
Rocket Racer.
Right. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. His superpower is a skateboard. What the fuck you expect him to do?
Spawn.
Right.
That's necroplasm.
No.
That's necroplasm.
No, he's got him. He don't count. Oh,
he's got light? I thought that's necroplasm.
Yeah, it's close enough. It's close enough.
Okay.
I actually had one.
Blade. Shit. Leroy, did you get cut off again? Shit. Leroy got cut off again. Damn. Well, Blade is another superhero without black superhero without lightning powers. That's funny. You know what? No, I'm gonna say Spawn does count. Necroplasm isn't lightning. That's like magic, like hellfire shit. That's like that Ghost Rider magic, instead of Hellfire, it's more magic than lightning. I am gonna count Blade, Spawn, as the black superhero that does not have lightning powers. I was gonna say Miles, but Miles counts. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'll let Leroy do the Black Lightning book. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight, folks. Unfortunately, I did not read Black Lightning. So I will go on and review my last book, which is G.I. Joe #1. Like I said, this is the Energon universe on Image, the revamping of G.I. Joe and Transformers, crossing over into each other. And so this is G.I. Joe #1. So for the past year, we've had the lead up to this book. We've had Duke, we've had Cobra Commander, we've had Destro and Scarlet. So sort of mapping out the lead up into forming. It's basically G.I. Joe year one. They are forming this squad. And in this arc, in this mythology, G.I. Joe or Cobra has discovered Energon because of the Transformers have come down to Earth. And they've learned how to siphon cyber or Energon from the Transformers. Destro has now developed weapons using Energon, and that's how now they got laser weapons and shit. And G.I. Joe is investigating it all. They are aware that there's giant robots that turn into vehicles and powered by some mysterious energy source, which is Energon. So leading up to G.I. Joe #1. Now we're up to speed. So in this book, it starts out, we're just getting the roll call. Flint, or Hawk, actually. Hawk is basically going through the roll call of all the Joes that are on the squad right now. We have Rock and Roll. We have Stalker. We have CoverGirl. We have Clutch. And the Baroness. Yes, the Baroness is right now, as we speak, working for G.I. Joe, even though she has been an enemy. She has been an assassin, and they know that she's actually a villain. But they're using her because she knows a lot of shit and she's got a lot of dope skills, So they're forming the team, and they finally get their first mission. And their mission is, there is a facility. Where the fuck is it at? In like Saudi Arabia, and they're is it Saudi Arabia? I think so. They get a mission. There's an island somewhere where there's a piece. They're aware of. So back this again. This is a shared universe with the Transformers. A piece of Cybertron has fallen into the ocean, and they're gonna go investigate it. And because there's this weird source of energy there, but Cobra and Destro already know about it because they're using Energon to make weapons. So that's what they do. We have both G.I. Joe and Cobra after the big hunk of Cybertron in the ocean. While they're briefing the missions, Cobra does a hit on G.I. Joe headquarters, and there's a big ass fight. Duke jumps out of a window onto a helicopter, throws out the pilot, and he's flying around and shit. And they're finally, holy shit, what are they shooting us with? They're shooting us with lasers. Like, where the fuck do they get lasers and shit? And Rock and Roll gets shot up with lasers and says to be continued. So they're like, big, what the fuck? Yeah. So Rock and Roll, is he dead? He might be, because like I said, these are like gritty reboots. Rock and Roll might have just died because he got shot up with lasers that, from the weapons that Destro made with Energon. So yeah, pretty cool start to the G.I. Joe #1. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'm digging this rebooted Energon verse. Dope shit. And you're back, Leroy.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little muffled, but yeah, I hear you.
It's best I can do. I couldn't find my stuff.
All right.
I said, fuck that computer. Okay. I'm not gonna do.
And one more thing.
Yeah.
Hiss. Those tanks, those Cobra tanks that I was referring to in Transform, they were called the Hiss.
Hiss.
That's what Starscream is attached to. A Hiss tank.
Okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Shoot, that's all I got.
Black Lightning. I didn't read Black Lightning, but I saved it for you.
No, I can't even pull it up right now because I'm not even on my computer right now. So
okay,
we have to do it later on. I'll figure something out or take it back to the shop, see what's going on. So yeah.
okay.
Shoot. Anything else we got?
No, I said Blade. I named Blade as another black superhero without lightning powers.
Blade. Okay, Blade. That's what I was thinking of. It was on tip of my tongue, but I couldn't think of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna challenge that Spawn counts. That necroplasm is magic and not lightning.
But he could make lightning if he wanted to. I mean, because that's kind of his practice. Just do whatever.
But it's lightning. I mean, it's magic though.
Yeah, magic lightning. I mean, same thing.
Agree to disagree. Fuck it, Chapel then. Chapel.
Okay, Chapel, we go there. He just got guns and shit, but that would count. That.
Oh, Bishop.
There you go.
Bishop.
Wait, no. Because you shoot lightning him, he shoots lightning back. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of his powers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can't count that. Okay.
Misty Knight?
There you go, Misty Knight. I don't think she can do lightning. Yeah. We'll count her. We'll count Misty Knight. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So we got enough. We got enough folks. All right. Shoot. Anything else we got or?
No, I'm booked out. I mean, I read Absolute Batman. I did not read Black Lightning. It looks like, from what I'm looking at, you know what? I'll give it a read if we're doing it next week. It looks pretty cool. Like the art is dope.
I'll do it next week. I figure out what's going on. We will do Black Lightning next week.
All right. Yeah. Brandon Thomas, Ficho Ossio on the art. Looks cool. The art is dope.
Yeah, no, the art is great. The art looks really good on there. Matter of fact, give it a week. I bet you it might even show up on DC Universe might be next week or something like that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right, y'all. Appreciate you listening. If you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We'll come back with next week doing something. I'll figure my technical difficulties. We'll go from there.
Yeah, we apologize for the flubs tonight.
Yeah, it was going good.
We are not professional. Yeah.
This is what shit. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but I will figure out something. Yeah. Hell, I'll get a new computer by then or something. I don't know what I'll do. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.